You have to wake up in the morning if you're guiding and check the weather. Did it rain overnight? Is the flow of the river up? Is the water coloured? To be successful as a fly angler, one definitely needs to understand the bugs in the river that they are fishing. Trout generally key in on shape, colour and size. I'm David Richards with Davidson River Outfitters here in Brevard, North Carolina. Davidson River, where we've been fly fishing for trout today. And another. Whoa. Both hooks are barbless. We have been catching rainbow trout today. Going home. I received a phone call from Veterans Last Patrol. They had a veteran in hospice care.
Hospice care is defined as the last few months of life.
They basically had a last wish to catch one more trout on a fly.
A bucket list item for Mr. Houck.
I don't know how somebody says no to a request like that.
Does that feel good?
I don't want to take his phone so we don't lose that in the river.
You uncomfortable?
No. When we met, he was wheelchair bound, had relatively recent heart surgery.
They told him a couple of different times that he's lucky to be alive even now, and he's still alive.
So we were pretty much on some seriously borrowed time. I was literally his eyes. I told him what to do, when to do it, to cast. Cast for him occasionally when he got a little tired, mend the line and let him control the drift, and he would set the hook. It's definitely called fishing for a reason. It would be nice if it was called catching every day, but it's not. We picked a day when the fish didn't want to cooperate with us. Come on. Mr. Houck was starting to get a little bit physical discomfort after about half an hour.
He had already said it was time to go.
So I asked him to let me make one more change. He cast 3 times. On the 3rd cast, the indicator went down. He set the hook.
We caught a fish right then.
Possibly the longest trout fight I have ever experienced. Just wanting that fish to slide over the rim of the net and give him the chance to touch that last trout.
For me, coming out here with a veteran on a bucket list, my gosh, it's just, I know Mr. Houck got a lot out of it. Those of us around him probably got as much or more.
Roll them when you're ready. We're green, green, green. Go, go, go! We'll see if we can pick it up.
Coming inside by himself.
It's always been a pretty big deal.
One back, watch your bear.
You are the leader.
It's about as competitive as it gets.
You better go, homie.
If you're gonna win tonight, you better have your stuff together.
He's up, down the back straightaway.
It's a game of thousands.
Corn Biscuit in 2nd place.
We're in Clover, South Carolina.
Easily South Carolina.
We're at Fountain RC Complex.
My name's Tickle. I'm a redneck spaghetti stretcher. That's all I can do to work a smartphone.
Eat, sleep, breathe it every day. I'm not here. I'm usually working on the car. If I'm not working on the car, I'm talking to somebody about racing.
Be at work on lunch break and be thinking about, I think if I'd have changed that left front spring, might have been a little quicker.
Just like a big car. Every small change makes a big difference.
A lot of people may think, RC racing is just a little remote control car that you buy at Walmart or something. It's far from that.
Everything that NASCAR's got on it, you've got on here.
Gives you the real feel. I mean, you feel like you're sitting in the car driving it when you're holding on to that radio control unit. 23cc weed eater style engine, weighs 30 pounds, sitting on 4 shocks, tube chassis, 4 different compounds of tires on it, multiple different springs, gear ratios.
I'm from the swamps of Georgia. I'm 4 hours away from home right now. So, needless to say, I didn't ride up here to suck. So many adjustments.
Math, geometry.
So many variables.
All the stuff you didn't like in high school.
And they run so fast.
We've had them clocked here before by Highway Patrol.
And you run so close together.
At 65 miles an hour, if you can believe that.
Yeah, we come back and scratch our head all the time. You can't let it get you down because that's the way racing works.
A lot of secrets are kept in between what you figure out and what somebody else is doing. You don't want to give away your secrets for speed.
There's a lot of NASCAR drivers that have RC cars.
They come here to find speed secrets for the big cars. Like the trailer next to us.
Currently, I work at Kyle Busch Motorsports.
He's a crew chief.
I've been in the NASCAR big leagues, the top 3 for my 17th season.
RC racing's kind of his break away from the reality stuff.
Keeps my brain sharp, it keeps me thinking about racing, and it keeps me thinking about changes and what does what. But it's the same work ethic, it's the same testing, it's the same of everything. And the reason why I choose this is because I can compete at the highest level and be able to afford to compete at the highest level.
We're not lucky enough to have a big team and a car hauler and go down to Greenville Pickens and race every weekend. This is our way of getting the same satisfaction with less money.
There's one thing that you should note. If I wreck my car, flip it 15 times, I walk away from it every time.
Camaraderie here with our little community in RC racing is a lot bigger than what people think.
We travel around all over the country doing this together.
We had nationals here a year or so ago, and they was from 29 states.
Michigan,
Pennsylvania, Ohio,
Illinois,
North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, South Carolina.
Indiana.
As far away as New England.
I can work on the motors pretty well, take them apart, put them back together.
Not a whole lot of women
I'm
drivers.
still learning what I do to the car and how it affects
That
it.
lady you was talking to was Gabby Allhouse from Ohio. She is good.
It's intimidating being the only lady, especially because I'm younger than a lot of people too.
And she's competitive. When her car's right and handling right, she's as fast as anybody out there.
I get a thrill out of just racing with everyone, and the feeling when I qualify in the fastest time is just really great to me.
That one time that you hit the setup and it runs perfect and you go over and look at your lap times and they're quicker than you ever been before, that's what it's all about.
At the end of the day, if you win, you can walk through there with your chest poked out and tell them, come get me next time. That's what it's all about. That's what racing really is. Who had the biggest set? And who had the best equipment? Who had the smartest people working on the car? And it's still the same thing. It's just the cars are this small instead of full size.
White flag left, let's turn by. 1 to go.
5 back to the 7.
Yellow, yellow, yellow. Everybody give me a caution here.
The Greenville County Aquatic Complex. Bill Ewell whistles. Parker Egbert works.
Yo!
I have an ability of being able to whistle. He just kicks it in when I whistle.
So his coach signals. And Parker kicks. And kicks.
He'll give it 110% until he has nothing left to give.
There you go, Parker, there you go.
It just turned into like 3 days a week, to 4 days a week, to 5 days a week, then doubles.
But these are no run-of-the-mill two-a-days.
Meantime, two-time Olympian Abby Wambach.
At 3:30 a.m., 6 days a week.
This upcoming Olympics in Tokyo.
Parker's mom, Laura, makes the 70-minute drive from Greenwood to Greenville.
He's never complained when I wake him up at 3 in the morning. Never once said, I don't want to do this.
Home for school. Back again at night.
I think we're kind of just so used to it. When you're putting 300 miles on your car a day, we feel like this is his opportunity.
Between the lanes, beneath the waves, Parker's found peace and quiet.
It makes me very, very calm.
When he was little, I noticed just some differences. He wasn't staying with his friends. He started not liking sounds. I kind of started picking up on maybe autism.
Mom was right, and at 18 months old, the Egberts started more than 40 hours a week in therapy.
I mean, I was grasping at anything I could possibly grasp at that would help him. After he would swim, he was just calm and quiet and peaceful.
Life now is with Team Greenville, where Parker's competitive side took off.
We talk and go, hey, Parker, this person next to you, oh, I got him. I can beat him. Step up.
And swimming faster all the time. An intellectual disability meant he was eligible for Paralympic competition. So when COVID closed the aquatic center, the Egberts installed an endless pool in their backyard.
I mean, it was April and he was freezing to death wearing a wetsuit in our pool, swimming.
There you go, nicely done.
His world is swimming, but his world is his family. His world is respect.